Hello, this is Dr. Melissa Cohen. Welcome to another edition of 2 Cents Tuesday. So what I wanted to talk about was the end of year financial planning and all of that stuff that you need to get wrapped up besides the shopping, the cooking, the wrapping the presents, the visiting with family and friends, COVID style this year, but just all that other stuff that you're supposed to do that, it's not precedent, it doesn't take precedent right now, but you do need to do. So let me look at my list here. So I've got an end of year financial review, so I had 6 things to do for your end of year financial review. The first item is to review any taxable 401k contributions. So now is the time to decide if you want to make more contributions or keep it the same. So as you're going forward through the year, if you have more money to put in your 401k contributions and such with your employer, first of all, go ahead and call whoever sponsors your plan and increase that amount. If not, or if you have your own 401k, whether it's a traditional, a Roth IRA, any of the thrift savings plans, simple IRA, SEP IRA, whatever kind of IRA you have, now's the time to determine whether you need to increase those contribution amounts. Now, one thing to note though, that you can still make deductible contributions for the 2020 tax year until you file your taxes. Essentially April 15th of 2020. The second thing that you can do is look at your taxable amount for the year. If you have overpaid the government your taxes and they are essentially holding your extra money until you file your taxes in April, like if they're taking out too much money now, if you want to get with your HR department at your company and fill out some new forms so that they're taking out less money, you can do that as well. The thought is that you want to just have just enough money that you're contributing or that the government is taking out of your paycheck so that when you go to file your taxes in April 15th, that you're breaking even. Now, I know a lot of people don't quite understand how that works. They'll say, oh, but I got more money back last year than I did this year. Well, no. You got more money back on your tax return, but you paid the government the same amount of money. So and just to let you know, this has been going on for a couple years with the whole Tax Cuts and Job Act, is the government wanted you to have more money in your pocket instead of more money going to the government throughout the year and then you getting a large tax refund. They just wanted you to have more money in your pocket. So then you will get more money in your weekly paychecks, but then you're going to get less money when you file your taxes. But if you go and you look on your IRS tax form, how much money, the tax amount did you actually pay? It's relatively, it should be about the same. And that's, of course, if you made the same amount of money, you didn't have a change of income. So right now, if the government's taking out too much money now, then now is the right time to get with your HR department to make any adjustments on that as well. Okay, the third thing you need to do is actually go look at your IRA accounts and look at these 401k portfolios, any portfolios you have, and look at the asset allocation just to make sure, the stock market went down at the beginning of the year and then now it's been up this past year, the past few months. So you need to look at what is the asset allocation right for you. And so, if you're younger, you can tend to skew to having more stocks, which are higher risk than CD and bonds. But if you're older, you want the lower risk, so you want more CD and bonds versus stocks. So now it's just a good time to overall look at what your assets are in your portfolio, make sure it's adjusted right for you, and that the risk level is appropriate for you and when you plan to retire as well. The fourth thing for your end of year financial review is to simply review your budget. If you've been fortunate enough not to have a disruption in your income, now may be a good time to look at what were some additional expenses I hadn't planned for that I need to plan for going forward. What are some things that we can cut, get rid of, as well to save more money. And also with this budget, if you're reviewing your budget and if you have a little bit more room in your budget, you can go ahead and do your automated savings and increase that amount. So if you were having, let's say, $10, $15, $100, $1,000 taken out of your paycheck, whatever, weekly or bi-weekly, and you can have that increased, go ahead and do that now. Okay, the fifth end of year financial review item that you should be doing is look at your FSA. If you have a flexible spending account, most of these are set up so that at the December 31st, that's the last day that you can spend any money in your account. So as of January 1st, you lose it for the 2020 year. So you definitely don't want to lose any money that you have. One positive thing this year is that the IRS changed some policies and they added some stuff back in to your FSA. So what you can actually get, you can use on your FSA account. And I don't have the full list. You can find that, you can Google that pretty easily, just IRS FSA allowed contributions or allowed items for 2020. So you can get thermometers now, you can get allergy medicines, some medicines that were over the counter and you weren't previously allowed to do it, you can do it now. Bandages, I always laugh because if you've got little kids, you're always buying little Band-Aids and such, so buy some extras, throw them in the stocking with the little characters on there, right? Tampons, any bandages, any other items like that that you may be buying anyways, glasses, contact lenses. The sixth end of year financial review item that you need to do or look at is charitable contributions. So previously in the last couple of years, if you didn't, they took all of that out. So you didn't have to itemize it and now you actually don't get credit for it. But in 2020, as part of the CARES Act, they added back in a charitable cash contribution up to $300. If you have that extra $300 right now and you want to be able to take that off of your taxes for 2020 only, but if you make it to an organization, make sure it's a tax exempt charitable contribution status organization and make sure obviously you keep a receipt as well so you can document that and when you file your taxes. All right, everyone, so I hope you are wrapping up December 2020 in a great fashion. Thanks for joining me. Please check out my website at www.smartandsassymoney.com. Thank you.